Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Wednesday, August 2nd, 2023. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with last night's NXT broadcast live on the USA Network from the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. In the main event, Santos Escobar made his first appearance in NXT in nearly a year, joining with Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo to defeat Gallus in a six-man tag team match.
Escobar, rocking, makes the tag. In comes Stacks. Now in comes Tony D. And you know what's next, Book. Say it with me. Bada bing, bada bing. Now it's the other way around. D'Angelo covered. And the family stands tall.
Here are your winners, Santos Escobar and the NXT Tag Team Champions, Channing Stacks Lorenzo and Tony D'Angelo.
The episode had opened with Gallus attacking Lorenzo and D'Angelo in the Performance Center parking lot. Also on the show, Noam Dar and Oro Mensah teamed to defeat the team of NXT champion Carmelo Hayes and Wes Lee, with Dar pinning Lee after miscommunication between Lee and Hayes, who argued after the match. In promo segments, Hayes and longtime partner Trick Williams appeared to part ways amicably, and Dragon Lee challenged NXT North American champion Dominic Mysterio to a match for next week, in which Rey Mysterio would be in Lee's corner.
Dominic, yeah, it's your father, and guess what? I am proud to say that I am coming next week to NXT to be in the corner of someone I truly respect. The future of Lucha Libre. Así es, el futuro, Dragon Lee. Hey, I hate to break it to you, but I'm gonna have the best seat in the house. And I can't wait when Dragon Lee te parte toda la... Yeah, you know what's gonna happen. Dragon Lee's gonna take away that North American title. See you there.
In other results, Baron Corbin defeated Andre Chase, Dijak pinned Eddie Thorpe, Lyra Valkyria defeated Jayce Jane, and the team of Lola Vice and Elektra Lopez went over Valentina Feroz and Yulissa Leone. In ratings news, WWE Monday Night Raw drew an average audience of 1.759 million viewers to USA Network on Monday, according to WrestleNomics. That's down from the 1.818 million that tuned in last week. The rating in the key 18 to 49-year-old demographic was .53, translating to 694,000 viewers, which is a decrease of 51,000 viewers from last week's key demo rating, which was at .57. In the hourly breakdown, Hour 1 drew 1.708 million viewers, which grew slightly to 1.855 million for Hour 2, then dropped to 1.715 million for the final hour. AEW Collision drew 739,000 viewers on average to TNT last Saturday night, marking its largest total audience since the show debuted on June 17th, according to WrestleNomics. The show was up 121,000 viewers from last week's episode. In the key 18 to 49-year-old demographic, Collision notched a .27 rating, which equates to 354,000 viewers, up 33% from last week's 237,000 viewer average. Taking a look at Japan, New Japan Pro Wrestling presented Day 11 of the 33rd Annual G1 Climax Tournament on Tuesday from the Takamatsu City General Gymnasium in Takamatsu, Kagawa. The card consisted of bouts from the A and B blocks. A block winners were Hikuleo, Ren Narita, Yota Tsuji, and IWGP champion Sonata. B block winners consisted of the Great Okan, El Phantasmo, Tangaloa, and Kazuchika Okada. Sonata and Okada lead their blocks with 12 and 10 points respectively. The tournament resumes on Wednesday in Hiroshima, featuring all C and D block affairs. In WWE news, the company plans to return to India according to an official release put out yesterday. WWE Superstar Spectacle is scheduled to take place on Friday, September 8th at the GMC Balayogi Indoor Stadium in Hyderabad. The event would be the first held in India by WWE in 6 years and the first ever for the city of Hyderabad. Although no matches are known, advertised talent for the show include Seth Rollins, Rhea Ripley, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, Gunther, Drew McIntyre and Becky Lynch, as well as Indian competitors Jinder Mahal, Veer, and Sangha, also known as Inda Sher. In injury news, Dave Meltzer provided an update on the condition of Rey Mysterio during yesterday's edition of Wrestling Observer Radio, reporting that Mysterio was nearly knocked unconscious on 2 occasions during his match last Friday with Santos Escobar on SmackDown. The second instance is what caused the match to be stopped and the decision to be awarded to Escobar. It still hasn't been disclosed how severe the injury is and how long Mysterio will be away from the ring because of it. In legal news, the DUI trial of Tammy Sytch has now been moved up several weeks to the morning of August 21st, according to court documents filed yesterday in Florida and reported on by PW Insider. Sytch's trial, which was originally scheduled for the week of September 18th, is expected to take 1 week. And in merchandise news, AEW merchandise sales for the month of July were revealed yesterday by Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics, with CM Punk listed as the company's top merch earner. The AEW brand itself came in second place behind Punk merchandise, with Orange Cassidy coming in third. Also among the top 10 were the Acclaim, Bullet Club Gold, Bryan Danielson, Sting, and the Elite rounding out the list at number 10. As for specific items, AEW's number 1 top seller for July was the MJF Adam Cole Better Than You Bebe t-shirt. 4 of the top 10 items on the list featured CM Punk. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.